Welcome back to Path of Exile 1 and PoE.Ninja, a website that aggregates different statistical data and shows us what builds people are still playing. Why are we revisiting this? Well, because there is not all that much, let's be honest, to do in Path of Exile 2, and Settlers of Khalgir League still continues rolling in February 2025. Oh my goodness! So they're working on the patches for Path of Exile 2. There are some little minor events and stuff happening in Path of Exile 1, but Settlers are still going. You need something to play. I'm going to give you some inspiration from reviewing the top trending builds from Path of Exile 1. Alright, without any further ado, let's take a look at this very quickly. So, as always, kinda towards this very delayed kind of point in the league, we have about 100,000 characters that are being right now pulled. From the Ascendancies, we have 5 of these ones trending. We have Trickster, Slayer, Hierophant, Chieftain and Juggernaut. By a very long margin, we have a leading Lightning Strike, and I will show you Lightning Strike and Val Lightning Strike skills that are dominating in the builds, okay? And that is, spoiler alert, for both Trickster and the Slayer Ascendancies. Both builds are existing. So I'm going to give you some sample builds here. Our tricksters are going for Lightning Strike builds. There is a whole bunch of other builds that they go for. Hex Blast, Splitting Steel, Power Siphon are there trending. But you can see here the Lightning Strike and Val Lightning Strike are taking, between the two of them, lion's share of that. Here is a build example for you. Mini for you. Thank you, Mini for you. And I will give you the link to this build. You'll be able to click over here and copy the Path of Building code into the clipboard, download Path of Building tool in case you don't have it, and Bob's your uncle, Robert is your uncle. You'll be able to have a little bit of something, an inspiration to play with. Of course, this is a high-end build. It's a level 100 Trickster. Not many of us reach those heights, but you can still have a lot of fun while playing with this. Lightning Strike over here. The skill DPS estimation is 13 million, very, very optimistic, but who knows, maybe it's that good. Alright, now, so if we just leave this Trickster alone and go to the Slayer Ascendancy, we can see that Lightning Strike here and Val Lightning Strike dominate by even a bigger margin. So Trickster has other builds, but Slayer, oh my goodness, 40% Lightning Strikes and 37% of Lightning Strikes. So it's like between the two, almost 80% of all Slayers are doing well with the Lightning Strike, presumably. And the numbers here on the right, as you can see, 7.5 million and thereabouts, is pretty damn decent. So again, here is another build package for you. So I swear I was not picking the builds with a name for you, but there you go, it's for you. Mini for you and package for you. Package for you is a Slayer, and Slayer who seems to be slightly more, I mean, he's obviously, it's a high-end build yet again, in order to climb to that kind of DPS. But if you prefer Slayer Ascendancy to Trickster Ascendancy or playstyle, etc., then here is a different permutation of the Lightning Strike build for you as inspiration, my friends. And by the way, before you ask me, Gyro, what about you, mate? Guys, I am still going to proceed with Path of Exile 2, but kinda slowly, on a bit of a 40%, I'd say, burn. But I am coming back to Path of Exile 1, seeing what's happening there. Absolutely, I'm going to be playing with that. Now, Hierophant. I love Hierophants because Hierophants play totemic builds and variety of witch-like builds, except they're very different. They're more creative in my humble opinion. So, well, very interestingly, Hierophant is absolutely crushing this league with Ice Nova of Frostbolts. 70% of Hierophants are playing Ice Nova Frostbolts. Basically, if you are a Hierophant who is not playing Ice Nova Frostbolt, looks like you're doing it wrong, my friend. And here is a build for you. Finally, we don't have a for you included here in the name somewhere. Wiziki Pow. He's a level 100 Hierophant, obviously very well geared with Annihilating Light Quarterstaff and other bunch of Soul Mantle, of course, Soul Mantle. And he is using Freezing Pulse, looks like this, because Freezing Pulse, he must be casting Frost Bolts onto the Freezing Pulse or something along those lines. But I have not dissected these builds, I'm not pretending to dissect them, but I'm just giving you a pointer and an inspiration. I hope this works for you, my friend. Alright, let's go back here and take a look at the remaining two Ascendancies. Chieftain. Chieftain, unsurprisingly, is rolling with Righteous Fire this league. I love Righteous Fire. Thank you, Pox Kappa, for inspiring my own build and giving me a baseline, because Pox Kappa's builds are absolutely tremendous. So Righteous Fire 66%. Fire Trap, by the way, is not a different build. Fire Trap typically belongs to the same build of Righteous Fire, because Righteous Fire is just the AoE that you kill trash with, essentially, and slow burn the bosses with, but you need a bit of a punchy spell, punchy skill for the bosses. So Fire Trap belongs to the same build, don't let this fool you. So if you look on the right, and only here you see Righteous Fire damage over time, but here you see Fire Trap, that's all the same build. I absolutely love these builds. Here is a Dewey, a level 100 Chieftain, with Righteous Fire build for you as well. All links in the description with the credit to their creators. Come to the website, click over here, copy path of building code, and be happy, my friend. Okie dokie, final one for you. If you are really like you tried all of these, you're a bit bored, it's a long league, I don't blame you. That's part of the reason why this video was created, because a lot of people are bored. I'm bored. Here is a final inspiration for you. 8% of people who are playing Juggernauts this league looks like they are playing with Molten Strike. Very, very interesting. Molten Strike. I would not say that Molten Strike has ever been a particularly... Well, it hasn't been a very mainstream skill. Like, we don't typically use... I mean, I have seen builds of Molten Strikes before, but no matter what you tell me, I mean, I welcome your opinion in the comments below, but I would not say that those were prolific mainstream builds. But here, you can see that those 8% of Juggernauts, not many Juggernauts this league, admittedly, but 60% of those Juggernauts who know where it's at, they are playing with Molten Strike of the Zenith. Okay, awesome. Here's a final build for you. Need for Steve Underground. Credit to you, my friend. And here is a build. Need for Steve Underground pumps out solid 1.4 million damage, which I think is more realistic than 13 million. But, you know, doing clearly well. And Molten Strike is his main DPS skill. That's it, my friends. I wanted to bring you back to PoE Ninja, an amazing statistical website that I've used in the past, I will use in the future. I thought that they might go into Path of Exile 2 and diversify their collection of builds, but admittedly Path of Exile 2 is a bit of a closed, evolving ecosystem. APIs are probably not open as openly as Path of Exile 1, obviously, which is why Path of Exile Ninja, PoE Ninja, is sticking to what they know best, good on them, and they're basically bringing to us what they know about, you know, Path of Exile 1. Amazing. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you do, talk to me in the comments down below. Are you playing Path of Exile 1? If you have not, maybe this inspired you to play. Which build are you going to play? Any of these? Some other one? And I'll talk to you next time about something else, most likely Path of Exile 1 or 2 related. Goodbye for now.